Today we're going to take this slightly abused cast iron pan, we're going to give it a makeover, and we're going to make it look like this. Welcome back to the channel. I was in a local Goodwill store this week and I come across cast iron. You can see it was slightly neglected. It does have some surface rust, no pitting at all, so that's a good thing there. One thing that appealed to me is it had a rubber handle that would slide off. You can slide it back on. What we're going to do today, we're going to take this rust off in a vinegar water solution. So you're going to put 50% vinegar and 50% water, and to let this soak on here, depending on how bad your rust is. I'm going to let this one soak for about an hour. You can go all the way up to 6-8 hours. So I've got the pan sitting here, got it filled with the vinegar water solution. Just going to let it sit here for a little bit. What we'll end up doing is we'll flip it over. I'll do the bottom side of it, or I'll set it a little deeper down in the pan. My main concern right now is the inside of the pan. As you can see, it's been about an hour. You can start to see the rust floating around in here. Take a little scouring pad and just go back and forth on it, scuff it up a little bit. You're not going to hurt it because we're going to re-season the whole thing. But you can see how the rust is starting. Let me get over here. See how the rust is starting to come off and everything. So we'll let this go probably another hour. And we'll end up pulling it out and dry it all off. And then we'll put it in the fire to burn up the seasoning. It's been an hour and a half. It's been sitting in the solution. Doesn't look too bad. So what we're going to do, we'll take it over and throw it in the fire. In the fire, you can see the heat starting to get into it. Won't take long to burn all that seasoning out. Let it cool down. It'll probably be tomorrow, and we'll go through and season this thing up. Okay, our cast iron skillet's now cooled down from the fire. As you can see, there's a lot of soot buildup on it, so what we're going to end up doing, we'll put it in a thing of water. We're going to take some SOS pads and scouring pads. We're going to go through, we're going to clean this all up, we'll get it seasoned up, let's get started. You want to make sure you scour every portion of the pan, inside and out. Knock off any of the remaining soot, any of the rust that's still remaining on here, as little as it is. So that way it takes a very good seasoning when we go back in. Let's get this sprayed off and see what it looks like. As you can see, that looks very nice. No rust buildup at all, no pitting. Back looks a whole lot better than what it did. The handle I'm not going to really worry about. That's just cosmetic. Our skillet now is to the point. It's warm, not extremely hot. You can still put your hand on it. There's enough that'll start melting the lard and start pulling into its pores. So what we're going to do, get a little bit on here. You don't want any pooling or anything, you just want to lightly cover it all so it looks like it's wet. first coat's going to look like. Put it on the fire, bring it up about 200 degrees, we'll come back and put the second coat on it. You can see how it's starting to dry out. That's what we're looking for. That means that the lard is being pulled into the pores and you're getting that dried look there. So what we'll do is we'll just keep putting a little bit of heat on. Don't have a big fire underneath it. Wait until we start seeing that drying on the other side and all on the inside too. And then we'll pull it off and put our second coat on. As you can see, the back is starting to dry out pretty good. It's getting some dry spots in that too. So it's ready to put the second seasoning on. So we'll go through. The handle is a little cool. The nice thing about having the steel handle onto the cast iron, this stays cool and the cast iron stays warm. Show you a little bit what it looks like. Put it on, it's going to melt that lard really fast. You don't want to burn your hand either. You want to make sure that there's no runs or anything, because you'll see it'll look like it's burnt on there or whatever, and it will not come back off. So let's put this back over the fire, put a little more heat into it. See what it looks like. You can see how the little higher heat is starting to really dry that out. Once this all here dries, we'll go ahead and we'll put a third coat on it, and that should be ready to start cooking after that. We're on our third seasoning of this pot. We're in the smoke phase right now. You see it starting to smoke pretty good. What that'll do is take that lard and just adhere that into that cast iron. It'll give you that nice slick surface. So we'll let it go like this for a little longer. Probably let it smoke for about 20 minutes. Then we'll pull it off, cool it down. As you can see, we have the completed pan. It turned out fairly nice. We seasoned it 3 separate times. We're getting ready to cook some hamburgers in it. And basically, after we get done, get it all cleaned out, put a little bit of olive oil on it, wipe it dry again with the olive oil, and it'll be ready for the next time we get ready to cook. And I'm actually going to go get a lid. Lodge sells a 10 1/4 inch lid that'll fit right on top of here, and I think we'll probably use this as one of our main hamburger pans. So that's seasoning our skillet. The handle had food grade silicone put on it. Can't hardly do it one-handed, but it will slip right off. Push right back on. Thanks for watching.